welcome back. So today we are going to be making some elderberry syrup. Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to be making some elderberry syrup. It wasn't what I originally had in mind for making today, but it is a really rainy day, so it's a perfect day to stay indoors and create something. It's also the perfect time of year for elderberry syrup, with especially the state of the world and all the viruses going on. Recently in my life, someone that I am very close with has come down with COVID, so that means my chances of having gotten it are very high. So I'm going to make some elderberry syrup because I am out, and I'm going to show you how to make it too. So the recipe that I use is actually not my own. It comes from Rosemary Gladstar's Medicinal Herbs, a Beginner's Guide. She's actually how I learned how to make elderberry syrup, and I still use this same recipe ever since. So she's like a world-renowned herbalist. I have several of her books. I highly suggest this book if you've new to herbalism or just don't know where to begin. I'll put it in the description down below so that you can check it out. But she has a wonderful elderberry syrup in here, and it explains how to make it using fresh, and also if you only have dried berries, which is what I'm going to be using today. It's basically 1 part dried berries to 2 parts water, and then you're going to cook that on a low heat until the water reduces, the amount reduces by half. And then you're going to strain it out and take note of that volume, and then you're going to add equal amounts of honey. And your honey is what's going to be your preservative and help make it last longer. Now, if you use only honey in your syrup, it's going to have a shelf life of about 3 months. I personally like to deviate from this just a little bit to add alcohol into my elderberry syrup so that I can get a shelf life of 6 months. Now, I do go through elderberry pretty fast. I take it as a preventative and like to take a little teaspoon of it every single day, so I do go through it pretty quick. My boyfriend Jade uses it as well. I also like to give some to family members, so really it doesn't last that long, but just in case, I do like to have that little bit of extra preservative in there to make it last a little bit longer. You can also add in a bunch of fun little add-ins like ginger or cloves, or I think hibiscus would be fun add-in. Whatever you would like to add in to kind of help develop the flavor a little bit more. It is a sweet flavor, a sweet kind of fruity flavor. Whatever honey you use will also really determine the flavor as well, so make sure that you pick out a honey that you really like. And yeah, so it's a wonderful recipe. Elderberries are so good for you. They're so good for stimulating the immune system, and they're really helpful with any sort of viral infection, viral colds, viral flu, herpes, shingles, anything that's like virus related. It's really helpful to help combat that. So elderberry is a wonderful thing to have on hand and have in your home apothecary. So like I mentioned earlier, I take it as a preventative, and I take 1 teaspoon just about every single day. So if you have an active virus or cold that you're trying to fight off, Rosemary suggests taking 1 to 2 tablespoons several times a day to help combat that and really, stimulate your immune system. So I am really excited to be making this elderberry syrup, and I'm sure if you have seen elderberry syrup recipes so far but haven't tried it yet, I hope this really encourages you and nudges you in the right direction to give it a try, because I really do believe that it's such a wonderful thing to have on hand and is really beneficial. So I hope that you give it a shot, and I hope that you enjoy it. As always, if you do try or have any questions, just let me know what you think and let me know what your questions are in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. So the way that elderberry works is by inhibiting viral replication and strengthening your cell wall so that the virus cannot penetrate. So that's what makes it such a great antiviral and useful in cold situations. I do want to make a note though about if you are using fresh elderberries, that consumed in large amounts, it can make people have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, because fresh elderberries and unripe elderberries and the bark and all of the stems contain cyanogenic glycosides, which cause that side effect. So to take the best precautions and eliminate any of those unwanted side effects, make sure that you're cooking your fresh elderberries down for 30 minutes just to reduce any of those side effects. I would just say even I'm cooking down my dried elderberries or cooking it with water. So just make sure that you're always cooking it for about 30 minutes and you won't ever have to worry about getting those side effects. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And